The Gonzalez versus Google lawsuit, or really it's kind of against YouTube, but since they're under Google, it's Google. So what this entire lawsuit stemmed from was an actual terrorist attack, like an IRL terrorist attack that killed Gonzalez's wife, I believed. And these terrorists were recommended on YouTube, like terrorist ISIS videos, right, by the algorithm, whether they searched that up or no, I believe it was actually just recommended to them naturally. They didn't search it up, right? And of course, why would that happen if it wasn't relevant to your watch history? But I don't really know too much about that. But the reason why this lawsuit is so dangerous is because of Section 230C. Now, this actually helps websites like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, social media, any site that uses a algorithm to like recommend and moderate their content. This is relevant because Gonzalez is pushing for the motion that Section 230C shouldn't be considered, I guess, in this case, or applied to YouTube, which would mean that YouTube would be fully responsible for what the algorithm recommends. In this case, it would be the terrorist videos that were recommended to the people who carried out the terrorist act. And 230C usually protects against that kind of stuff, but again, that's what Gonzalez is moving to remove. Now, if this goes through, this would mean all social media sites are at risk that use algorithms, because it would mean that each site would have to have like human people actually moderate the content on their respective sites. And in the case of YouTube, that'll be the example we'll be using for the video. How many videos are uploaded to the site, just even by the hour, that would be almost impossible to moderate at like a normal level with a considerable amount of people, right? And this would probably put like a ban on like uploading a certain amount of times a day, or maybe even a week. But that's that situation. Now, again, if this goes through, anything that can be considered a violation of YouTube's TOS, or just disturbing or objectionable, I guess, in any way, could be grounds for a lawsuit for whoever comes across certain content that they don't like. And if these lawsuits keep building up, and companies like YouTube have to keep defending themselves against these lawsuits, that cost a lot of money, which in turn would make these sites not financially viable, which means the downfall of the site, or just like the overall removal of the site, could happen. And again, this could apply to any social media site that relies on 230C for the moderation of their content. Also, of course, if YouTube becomes like human moderated instead of using an algorithm, that means a lot of the content on YouTube, like from small creators, large creators, doesn't get pushed the same. And it would also mean kind of like the end of probably like small channels, because it's going to be hard for them to get any sort of notoriety. Also, what this comes with is from the user end. We already talked about the business end of it with the lawsuits and not being financially viable. But if the moderators have to crack down so hard just to avoid lawsuits from the user end, that might mean not being able to create the content that you want to create, because of how strict things are. So you can't take any chances, which I feel may also come with a lot of like channel guideline warnings and strikes and violation of TOSs and stuff like that. So if this case goes in favor of Gonzalez, then the internet is screwed. So yeah, this is also coming around with the YouTube CEO stepping down. I believe her name is Barbara or Susan, I forget. And there's the new CEO who stepped in, and apparently his first project is NFTs. So that's just wonderful. So if you want to have this information verified, you can go watch Legal Eagle's video on it. Of course, he's an actual lawyer. You can probably make a lot more clear sense of it than I can. So with this case, I kind of want to keep tabs on it and I'll probably make more update videos as it goes on. So yeah, pretty big case. With that, I will see you in the next one.